Let's see, I think it is set up. Let's check my computer. Look at that. What's going on, YouTube? And welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. We are back for our first live stream of the 2024-2025 NHL season. What's going on? Oh, I gotta turn that off. Welcome. There we go. So welcome back, everybody. I know it's been a long time since our last live stream. A lot has been going on in my life, and it's prevented me from live streaming. And hi, Ange. I'm glad to see you in there. So yeah, I mean, I'd love to talk to you guys whenever you guys eventually get in here. If you're watching the replay, let me know down below. Are you watching the replay or are you watching the live? Leave that in the comment section down below. So, I'm going to talk about anything hockey that you guys want to talk about. Normally I do one game, but with this live stream, because every team is playing tonight, I figured, you know what, let's just make this a universal stream. It's our first stream back. What's going on, Urban? It's nice to see you back. Wild up 2-0 on the Champs. Urban, you know what, right now, I would consider the Wild the champs right now. With the way the Minnesota Wild have been playing this season, kind of surprised me. I knew they would be better this season. I predicted them, I believe, to make the playoffs in my preseason predictions, but I did not expect them to come out this good. They are playing really well right now. It's really nice to hear from you, Urban. Yeah, it's been one of those things where, especially with Minnesota right now, and I want to watch their game against the Devils. I don't know if it's... Oh, no, they're playing Florida. Trying to flip to that. I watched a little bit of that game at the end of the period. But, yeah, I really want to get back to live streaming a lot more often. Bless you.
Thank you.
What was I talking about? Oh, there's a ton of things to talk about. So if you guys have any questions about anything, let me know. About hockey, anything like that. I will say I have a new setup. That was a big part of the reason I didn't post a lot of videos either. I have my old computer next to me right here, so I'm watching the game on that. I have my laptop watching the stream, so I'm seeing if the stream's buffering or anything like that. And then I just bought a new computer, so that way I can live stream on this computer. The way I used to live stream, you guys probably don't know this, kind of an inside tip. I used to live stream with my MacBook Pro, which is a laptop, and it had to be charged with battery because my microphone was set up to that, my Stream Deck was set up to that, all that stuff was set up where I couldn't also charge the laptop. So the laptop, when it ran out of battery, that's as long as I could live stream until the battery died on my computer. Now, because I have a desktop that I'm live streaming from, I can live stream as long as I want, which is awesome. So I'm expecting to do more, maybe longer live streams at night, which Angela might not like, but that's where we are right now, and I'm really excited. As I think this first live stream is, as much as we're going to talk about hockey here and there once you guys start coming in. Like I said, if you guys are in here and you're wondering, why isn't this guy talking about hockey? Let me know what you guys want to talk about, because we will talk about hockey once some more people jump in here. But I'm just going to kind of blabber on until then. With the channel, like I said, we haven't been posting as much. I'm just trying to set up everything again. A lot, like I said, my schedule has completely changed. But there will be more nights that I'm available to do game streams at night. So that's exciting. So we'll be doing more live streams at night on certain days of the week. So I'm looking forward to that, because my old schedule, I was working pretty much 4 days a week every single night during the games. So I wasn't able to live stream until like 9:15, 9:30 at night. And some of my OGs out there, you guys will know what I'm talking about. I wasn't starting live streams till 9:30 at night. That's no longer going to be the case. I'll be able to do live streams as soon as the games start, which is going to be pretty exciting. And maybe we won't be doing the full game live stream until 9:30, 10 o'clock. But again, we'll kind of play it by ear and we'll see how this goes now that I'm back and live streaming with you guys. Shout out to some of our people here. I have a new thing where I can put the subscribers in the top corner. So shout out to 31 Teeth, Stacy Lynn LaRock, Luke Miran, and Jeff K. Thorson. Thank you for becoming subscribers here to the channel. You guys probably aren't watching this live stream, but if you are, shout out to you guys and welcome to Goal Line Hockey. So Urban said Colorado and Edmonton suck. Yeah, it's been a rough start for them. Eventually I want to bring back the overlay of like what I have on the screen for you guys. We could look at the standings and things like that during the stream. I am looking to bring that stuff back, but I haven't set that stuff up quite yet. Teams that have been surprising, I think teams that have been surprised, we'll go by conference. So we'll start off in the Western Conference. Teams that have surprised me, good and bad. So teams that have surprised me, obviously the Oilers are not doing so well. And a lot of people in their preseason rankings had them either first or as the favorite to win the Stanley Cup, not only for Canada, but for the Western Conference. And I am still going to go out and say that is a possibility because we've seen so many teams struggle out of the gate, especially coming back from the Stanley Cup final, coming back in. It's always a slow start for those teams. This isn't anything necessarily new. It's more so one of those things for the Edmonton Oilers where they just need to get everything back together. And I think once they sort out some of the issues that have been an issue for this team for a while, it just seems like things just aren't clicking yet. I'm not that concerned about the Edmonton Oilers. The Minnesota Wild, on the other hand, like we talked about with Urban, they are playing so well right now. I eventually think they're going to drop off a little bit, but that's not necessarily saying like I think they're going to miss the playoffs or they're going to suck. I just don't think they're going to be obviously as prolifically playing as well as they have. I could see a slight drop off there, but give credit where it's due. Philip Gustafsson has been playing incredible. Marc-Andre Fleury is obviously up there. So it's one of those things right now for the Minnesota Wild. It will come back down to earth a little bit. I think a lot of people put too much stock into the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season, and it's like, oh my God, this team is playing horrible. It's over. Or, oh my God, we're winning the Stanley Cup because we won the first 6 games of the season. And you can't look at seasons in those segments as the entirety of what the season's going to be. It's just not realistic. A lot of the teams that are really struggling right now will come closer to the middle, and a lot of the teams that have been playing really well will also come back down to the middle a little bit more as things move along. So you can't put too much stock in it either way. But it is something that is worth looking at. And we're definitely going to get a better idea once we get to American Thanksgiving, which is the third week, or the fourth Thursday of November. That's really when we're going to get a better idea of where all these teams really lie. Now, speaking of teams in the Western Conference that are playing well, I would be remiss. I should be locked up if I did not mention the Calgary Flames and just how good the Flames have been playing. The Flames under Dustin Wolf between the pipes. There was a lot of concern for me coming into the season, giving that much pressure to a goalie that doesn't have a ton of experience, and the fact he was going to be pretty much getting all the starts. Was that going to be too much for the young goaltender? That has not been the case here for Dustin Wolf. And just considering everything that's gone well for the Calgary Flames, they have not lost a game yet in regulation, and they'll be playing the Pittsburgh Penguins tonight. They are 4-0-1 right now. So if PJ jumps into the chat at some point, I'm sure he'll mention it. But yeah, I mean, really, it's incredible just what we've seen from the Calgary Flames this season. And give another shout out here to the Utah Hockey Club. They are 4-1-1 to start the season. They went into New York, beat the Islanders, they beat the Rangers, they lost to the Devils, which was ultimately their first loss, but they've been playing really well so far this season. And I'm kind of just running through the Western Conference standings just to give you guys kind of the scope of what we're seeing so far. Obviously, Winnipeg, who is, I don't want to talk about them because I know the second I say something, they're going to lose. And then you've got the Goal Line Hockey jinx. But they are 5-0 right now. They are undefeated. But the problem with the Jets is not what they do during the regular season. We've seen the Winnipeg Jets go on some serious runs in the past. This isn't anything new. What are they going to do in the playoffs? That's all we care about. So for the Winnipeg Jets, it sucks because as much success as they could have, if they miss the playoffs, or let's be honest, they make the playoffs, they win the division, if they lose in the first round, nobody cares. And that's the reality of the Winnipeg Jets right now. The expectations are higher than what they were when they moved to Winnipeg as a team. If they could just make the playoffs, people would be happy. That's no longer the case. Like, this is a team like in Winnipeg with a Vezina caliber goaltender, solid defense, Josh Morrissey really becoming what we expected him to be and really breaking out last season. And then obviously all the forward depth that has really contributed to this team. Winnipeg Jets are for real. Like I said, it's just can they put it together when it matters most? So that's going to be an interesting thing to watch for. The St. Louis Blues are playing pretty well. They're 4-2 right now. They're playing better than I would have expected to start the year. They have some good pieces there, as we all know. But again, I think that division is going to be really interesting to watch. And then obviously you look at the bottom teams in the Central right now. The Nashville Predators are winless, 0-5. Steven Stamkos has only 1 assist on the season. Obviously, I'm a little bit surprised by that. They did have a lot of turnover in the offseason, so that is something to consider here for the Predators, is the fact that they just had so many moving parts in and out. They're one of the teams I wouldn't be quite concerned yet. Steven Stamkos can turn it on in a dime, as we all know. He could have a hat trick this week, and we forget about the fact that the Predators have struggled, right? And I think a lot of it too comes down to like you need the top guys to be scoring in Nashville because you have so much inexperience and young depth on the second, third, and fourth lines. That you really need to balance that out with your veterans that you expect to be playing well and scoring goals. You need them to be playing well because there's going to be so much inconsistency from the younger players. And I am coming over a cold. Apologies. So if my voice is a little raspy, that's going to be why my voice is a little bit off tonight. Yeah, so like I said, if you guys have anything to throw in here, let me know down below. I'd love to hear from some of you guys and just what's on your mind here tonight. And obviously tonight is the NHL's Frozen Frenzy, which is where all 32 NHL teams... Why does it look so weird? I don't like that. Maybe it's because the camera's a little bit off. All 32 teams are going to be playing tonight, which is really cool. Why they picked a random Thursday in October... went Tuesday in October, whatever today is. I don't even remember anymore. A random Tuesday in October. I don't know. But, yeah, that's where we're at. Just make sure I have pants on. Thank God, I do have pants on. Alright, good. I didn't think about that till after, but... you can see me a little bit. All right. Let's see, what other game is on? Oh, Buffalo. Watch this one. So looking in the Atlantic Division, the Florida Panthers have reclaimed their spot there at the top of the division. But honestly, it's kind of a race between all those teams. I mean, Florida has played 7 games, so they have an edge, obviously, over some of the other teams. Detroit's 2-3. They did lose 2 games to the Rangers, though. I just think the Rangers are a bad matchup for the Red Wings, so I don't really read that much into that. Buffalo's 2-4. Or 2-4-1, which that's a little concerning because we're waiting for the year where Buffalo is just good, right? And it's just like it just won't happen for them for whatever reason. Obviously I'd like to see them play well, but I don't know. I wish I had better news for the Sabres fans out there with the start to the season. What do we always say? Goaltending. Goaltending is always one of those things where with Buffalo, it is a little bit concerning most nights and most seasons, and that's why it's hard to predict them to do well. Because if you do not have good goaltending, it is so hard to win in this league, and you guys all know that as well as I do. You need good goaltending, and that's why you look at teams right now like Minnesota, right? And the Wild are back on, so I'll probably watch some of that with Urban. But the thing is, like, why are they playing well? Well, Philip Gustafson's playing well, right? When Winnipeg was playing well, what was the reason they were going on that streak? Yeah, they were scoring enough goals and things like that. But what were we talking about? It was, again, the fact that they don't get good goaltending, right? When Winnipeg wasn't playing well in the playoffs, a lot of that was on Hellebuck. And Urban said, 5-on-5 better this year for the Rangers. It seems like it's Minnesota. All right, so on the power play, is that Zuccarello? So it's 3-0 Minnesota Wild, and it looks like Boldy got the goal. So a rough night for the Panthers. So a power play goal by Boldy, 3-0 Minnesota Wild. From what I've seen from the Rangers, it's so hard to tell. I mean, let's just look at the stats just so I'm not, pretending what the numbers are. I'll tell you exactly what the numbers are. Let's take a look. Power play percentage, 31% for the Rangers, which is tied for 4th in the National Hockey League. So, I mean, the Rangers rely on their power play. When it matters most in the playoffs and you get less power plays, that's really where we're going to find out. I mean, as much as the Rangers power play is what it is in the regular season, but when they call less power plays late in the playoffs, when they don't want to decide a Game 6 or a Game 7 based off of a late penalty call, and the Rangers normally get that in the regular season, that's when you're going to find out if the Rangers can score 5-on-5. So we'll see. Hartman and Gustafson both lost 15 pounds in the offseason. Wow, I didn't know that. So good for them. Wild have come into the season serious about business. Yes, they absolutely have. They look really good. I would have, if I had a fantasy team, which we should make a fantasy league, and I completely forgot. But Philip Gustafson would have been a good pickup. I would have been pretty comfortable putting him in there. Especially with really what you were hoping is if Minnesota played well, because obviously it goes off of wins for the goalies. So you're hoping, he gets a couple wins. That was really the thing maybe holding him back. But the people that picked him up probably feeling pretty good right now. Oh, Boldy got the tip on the Zuccarello shot. All right. So scores around the league right now. The Capitals are up 2-0 right now on the Philadelphia Flyers down there in Philly. A good start for the Capitals this season. Another team that's been playing really well. They've definitely surprised me, but they've been playing really well. Tampa and Jersey. We are tied at 1 right now there in Newark. Braden Point with a power play goal. He already has his 4th of the season, and Jack Hughes with the goal for the Devils. Tied at 0, finishing up the first period in Buffalo between the Dallas Stars and the Sabres. The Rangers already have a 3-0 lead on the Montreal Canadiens, and it's Mika Zibanejad, Johnny Brodzinski, and Riley Smith with the goals. Watch for Riley Smith this season. If he gets hot with the Rangers, could be another good story there for the Rangers. Good to see him getting on the board. And they just started play down in Columbus at Nationwide Arena. The Toronto Maple Leafs and the Blue Jackets obviously still tied at 0 as they're just over a minute into puck drop. Looking around the league tonight, 8 p.m., which should be starting up here shortly in St. Louis. The Blues host the Winnipeg Jets. Maybe they're the team to knock the Jets out of their winning ways. 8:15, we have the Canucks and the Blackhawks. That's going to be at 8:15 p.m. Again, this is the Frozen Frenzy. So every 15 minutes, we're going to see a game starting. And then, I think from 9, well, really, so between 8:30, which is the end of the Capitals-Flyers game, from 8:30 till after midnight, every 15 minutes, we'll be having a game finish up, which that is going to be really exciting because we're going to have a ton of hockey on at that point. And what's going on, Wayne Train? What's up? Good to be back this season, and thank you, Wayne Train, for that. 8:30, Colorado and Seattle. They'll be meeting up at Climate Pledge Arena. That's at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. The Bruins head to Nashville to take on the winless Nashville Predators. That's at 8:45. 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the Hurricanes heading to Edmonton. So the Hurricanes probably looking to get on the winning side of things, get to 3-2 on the season. Meanwhile, the Oilers trying to reel from that tough start as they are 2-4 on the season. Ottawa and Utah. So the Utah Hockey Club, the expectation is Linus Ullmark will be in between the pipes. He's been out for the last couple games here for the Ottawa Senators. They sent Matt Sogard back down. So the expectation is Linus Ullmark is on the trip, and he'll probably be starting tonight in Utah at 9:15 p.m. 9:30 p.m., we talked about it a little bit earlier with Calgary. The red-hot Calgary Flames, pun intended there, as they'll be hosting the Pittsburgh Penguins at 9:30. And then at 11 p.m., oh no, we got a couple games before that. I think the Ducks are on. So the Ducks hosting the Sharks, who are 0-4-2. That'll be at 10:15 p.m. And then at 11 p.m. Eastern, the Los Angeles Kings will be heading to Vegas to take on the Vegas Golden Knights in the Sin City. That game is at 11 p.m. Eastern. That's a late one, but we will be here for that as well. Yeah, I think Riley Smith is in a contract year. I, for some reason, think they took on that contract from Pittsburgh, but I don't fully remember. But Riley Smith has been bouncing around a little bit. Actually, no, he was in Pittsburgh last year. I was hoping that was going to work out with him in Pittsburgh, but it just never really clicked. So I could see him doing well with the Rangers this year and probably getting a pretty good payday over the summer. And then obviously my team, the Islanders, 7:45 p.m. They'll be taking on the Red Wings at UBS Arena. I'll be posting my next rankings, my first regular season rankings. We did our preseason rankings already. If you want to go back and look at that. And then, yeah, like I said, we'll be doing a Halloween special live, probably not a live stream for that one. We'll see how things go. Maybe I'll do a power rankings live stream. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think of that. Would you like to see a power rankings as a live stream, or would you rather see it in the video format? Let me know what you guys think down below for next week. We'll be doing that. And let's see what other games. We got Columbus and Toronto. That should be on. Yep. So right now we're watching the Leafs and the Blue Jackets. Did anybody see Matt Rempe fight Ryan Reeves? I was kind of hoping we would see that, but we got what we asked for there, so they definitely got their money's worth up in Toronto for that one. It's probably a very good fight to see in person. And they did it the right way. Two big guys squaring up at center ice. It was perfect. And there you go. So the Blue Jackets with a 1-0 lead. And James Van Riemsdyk punches it in front of the net. And the early buzz in the first period. Columbus with a 1-0 lead over the Toronto Maple Leafs. That was a good play by Provorov. Stepping up, JVR. He had way too much room. Went to his backhand. Riley was way too soft in front of the net. Yeah, I'm a little surprised too Reeves didn't retire. Now let's see the pushback from the Leafs. Are the Leafs going to push back? Or are they going to let it get them going? Let's see. Whoa. Whew. They almost got a goal right there. Wild streak to start the year. Never trailing is now second longest in league history. Oh, I forgot about that. That's right. That's crazy. The fact they have not trailed in a single game so far. I mean, listen, you hope tonight's not the night, but that's crazy. I think if they go through the rest of this game, I believe they will break that record. Uh-oh. So Justin Danforth scores for Columbus, and it is 2-0 CBJ over the Leafs. Wow, so even after the Leafs kind of gave a pretty good shift after the goal, Columbus comes back down and scores again. The Rangers are up 4-0 now? Wow. Maybe we'll watch some of that game for my Rangers and Leaf fans Rangers and Habs fans. That's a tough goal to give up for the Leafs. Yikes. Tough start for the Leafs. Tough start for Hildeby there. Yikes. Oh, man. So he got pulled already? Ooh. All right. So Caden Primo jumps in as he gets... He goes in the first period as kind of the life raft here for the Montreal Canadiens. Holy. Not a good start. Yeah, 4 goals on 9 shots. Probably time to get pulled there. And Logan Mailloux is in for the Habs tonight. That's exciting. They have a couple good defensemen I want to watch on the Habs. And TSN is talking about kind of criticizing the Rangers maybe for their defensive situations. I know in the preseason they did not do too well, especially in the Islander game I saw. They gave up a ton of power play goals. So I don't know if that really transferred over. I haven't watched a ton of the Rangers so far, but that's definitely something to watch. I mean, with how good Shesterkin is, does it really matter most of the time? Not really, but... And the Bell Center is silent right now. That is the sound of an arena that is... You could tell, even just looking at some of the fans there in the building, you could hear a pin drop. And I've watched not even a minute of this game, and you can already just feel the arena, just how quiet it is. Not good. Not good at all. Yeah, losing the puck. The defensemen are losing the puck in their own zone. Rangers are just dumping it in, winning the puck battle behind the net. That's a recipe for disaster. Caulfield losing the puck behind the net. Like, that is not good. But I would be asking, why is Caulfield one of the guys trying to dig out the... Like, he's not the guy that's going to win that puck battle. That should be a guy like Kirby Doc should be down there, but... There you go. So Suzuki gets the Montreal Canadiens on the board. Yeah, Shesterkin knew right away that was going in. Great shot, though, by Suzuki. He gets in front, kind of coasting in. I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, it was a perfect play. I mean, the Rangers could have definitely covered him more, but, like... I mean, he wasn't standing in front of the net. He just happened to be there at the perfect time. But Shesterkin, I don't know where... Yeah, okay, yeah. So he gives up his 5-hole to stop the pass. That's the right play, but... that's a good play by the Habs there. You can't really be too upset with that one. Oh, shit. They almost got another one. The Habs suck. This is going to be an interesting game to watch. I wonder how the Habs are going to respond here. There's a young team, young defenseman against the veteran-led Rangers here. Let's see what the young guys do here. Alright, so let's switch to another game. I know Urban's in here, so we probably should watch the Minnesota Wild. Let's see what they're up to over there. Oh, so the Panthers got a goal. Alright. So Sam Bennett. So the Panthers are definitely buzzing a little bit here after that goal. Also, huge win by the NHL. And if you guys are seeing, you know, I haven't mentioned it yet, but at center ice, a bunch of teams in the circle at center ice, you're now allowed to put, like, kind of cool, like, art graphics and gradients and stuff. The Panthers one is incredible. What other games? Let's see, are the Islanders playing yet? Not yet. Let's see, is this... I can't watch... For some reason, I can't watch the Flyers-Capitals game. I don't know if that's on the streaming service or something like that. Maybe that's why we can't watch that game. So thank you for being with us tonight, guys. I appreciate the support. If you've not already, make sure to like the live stream. So, like I said, I'm going to try and ease my way back into this. Like, if I could do one live stream a week, that would be golden. I'm going to shoot for as many as I can. But if we could get to one a week, just to start, that would be perfect with me. I'll try and give you guys updates as soon as I can. Like I said, I'm already planning for maybe live streams may or may not be happening this weekend. If I'm able to do that, I will let you guys know. And a little bit of gloves and stinky gloves in the face in the Rangers Habs game. I like that. They didn't call a penalty. They called a penalty. Oh no. Apologies, guys. So they're just giving out offsetting minors for roughing. I don't like that. More open ice, that's a win for the Rangers. That's just Kako and Evans fighting in front of the net. That's ridiculous. Come on. I don't like that. Oh my God. Zibanejad, that was a great play. Oh my God. Wow. Oh, and the Habs hit the post. Oh my God. Wow. Let's see. Alright, so the Islanders are on. I definitely want to watch some of that game if I can. And the Devils, so we have a score update. The Devils are taking the lead again in this game over the Tampa Bay Lightning. Timo Meier, his third of the season from Jack Hughes. And it is 2-1 New Jersey there early in the second period. Good play by Logan Mailloux. And Kirby Doc just stripped Trouba. Oh, wow. Good save by Shesterkin to keep it out, but wow. Filipino hits the post, almost gets it in on the back of Caden Primo. This is a good end to this first period right now. Vazzy gave up 4 goals early yesterday. I didn't even see that. Oh man, yeah, they lost 5-2. Yeah. It's one of those things, it's early in the season. You can't get too hung up on that. And who scored for Mini? Zuccarello, there you go. Zuccarello from Kaprizov. It's 4-1 Minnesota Wild as they try to keep that streak of leading continues again for the Minnesota Wild, trying to stay undefeated. At least during the regular season. I don't think the Wild have lost in regulation yet, right? Yeah, they have not lost in regulation. 3-0-2. So they've technically lost games, but they have never trailed in a game. If that makes sense. So you could still lose games, but never trail in a game. But that's overtime. That's overtime and shootout. That's what that's all about, so. Weber Arif, thank you for subscribing to the channel. I didn't even know that thing worked. That's awesome. So we got the dancing dinosaur for when you subscribe to the channel. So thank you, Weber, for joining the channel. I don't know if they're watching the live stream or they just happen to watch a video when they subscribe, but thank you. That's pretty cool. It looks like they're going to be 4-0-2, right, Urban? I mean, you're up 4-1, but it is the Florida Panthers. They are pretty good this year, so we'll see. I expect them to win, but you never really know, right? That'll be a hell of a way to lose that streak, though. Oh, man. Mm-mm. So it's not showing the Islander game for some reason. I don't know why. Wonder how long till Vancouver and Colorado start bidding more for Gustafson. Yeah, that could be happening relatively soon. Right? I mean, I do like the idea of teams going after a goalie like that. It could happen. It would suck for Minnesota, though. I mean, I know you've got Jesper Wallstedt, but, like, are they ready to do that? Probably not. I don't see Bill Guerin rushing to get rid of Gustafson, but, you know, if the circumstance works where they can get a really good lucrative package for him, they just might do it, right? But I think Minnesota Wild fans would be pretty pissed off with that. We'll see. Through the first 8 minutes of the game between the Islanders and Red Wings, the Red Wings have yet to take a shot on net. So we'll see if that means anything as the game moves along. I'm going to try on another. Let's see if we could get this game. Come on. Let's see, can I get the Islander game now? Let's go. Come on. And a tough start to the season for the Islanders because they're now without Anthony Duclair for a long term. He's got a long-term injury, which is like, really? You got to do that to us right now? But it's the infamous saying, it is what it is. So unfortunately for the Islanders, obviously not the way you would like things to start, but it just is what it is. So Washington is up 3-1 right now on the Flyers. I don't know what happened here. So there you go. So the Caps up 3-1 on the Flyers. Yikes. So John Carlson, his second of the season, 3-1 Caps, 5-1 Minnesota, Joel Eriksson Ek, and yeah, Jacob Middleton has 3 assists on the season, right? Because everybody expected that. He's got more assists than Steven Stamkos. He has 3 times the assist compared to Steven Stamkos. That's how good he is. And Tampa tied it right back up. So Hedman gets his first of the season. It is 2-2 there at the Rock in New Jersey. Columbus has built onto the lead since we saw them. Matthew Olivier, his second of the season. It is 3-0 Columbus right now. And they are finishing up the first period there in Columbus over the Maple Leafs. So I'm sure a lot of people will be happy about that, seeing the Leafs failure. The Leafs failure, the Habs failure, and the Oilers failure. For some reason, a lot of people like seeing those teams not do well. So, probably because they have the bigger fan bases in the National Hockey League. But I'm sure a lot of people will be happy to see that. Me, I'm indifferent. I mean, obviously the whole Tavares connection with the Islanders, that's always a thing. And, of course, the one shot that the Red Wings get in the first period, Patrick Kane, it's 1-0 Red Wings. Damn it, man. It's going to be one of those years for the Islanders again, isn't it? It's like every year. I predicted them to just make the playoffs, but if Duclair's injured, maybe that's the difference for them not making the playoffs. We'll see. Let's see. Oh my God, he was wide open. Islanders were just puck watching. Nice and easy for Patrick Kane. No big deal. Oh, come on, man. I laugh because all those high-dollar contracts and no cups. That's true. Well, what's that saying? No team has won a Stanley Cup with a player making over $10 million. That remains to be true today. So, everyone can have what they think, or this is the year that's going to change, and this and that. It still hasn't happened. It still has not happened. So... what are you guys thinking? What's on your mind so far for the first 5, 6, 7 games of the NHL season? Give or take the team. Most teams have played between 5 and 7 games so far this year. So let me know what you guys think. What's on your mind about your team? Unfortunately, I've only been to one Islander game this season. It was the preseason game against the Devils. I've not been to any games yet during the regular season. They did just have that road trip where they were on the road in Dallas and where did they go? St. Louis, and obviously things didn't go well for them, so I'm hoping coming home they'll play a little bit better. We'll see. How are you guys? What's going on, Colby Kistner? The Panthers have the Rangers in MSG Thursday. Worst possible matchup after whatever this shit show is. So I assume you're a Panthers fan. Well, we have our fellow Wild fan here in the chat for you, Colby. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Yeah, that's a tough matchup. I mean, it's one of those things where this is a good gut check time for the Panthers, right? So if they lose tonight, which at this point it looks like they're playing just a really hot Minnesota Wild team, how do they play against the Rangers on Thursday? Because now their backs are up against the wall. They feel like they're not playing well. Depending on whatever the score ends up being tonight, really what's going to matter here, Colby, for the Panthers is how do they respond on Thursday against the Rangers, right? And the Rangers are a good test for them. They're a good hockey team up there. They're going to have to go on the road. I don't know what the rest of their schedule looks like. Or like, are they playing? Because I believe they're playing the Islanders on Saturday. So Thursday they play against the Rangers. Saturday they play against the Islanders. I assume they play the Devils at some point. If I'm kind of looking at it, maybe not. Are they playing? Let's see. Who do they play Sunday? Monday. So they play Buffalo. So the next 3 games, right? So they're going on that kind of New York East Coast swing. Right, so you got the Rangers on Thursday, you got the Islanders on Saturday, and then Monday you got the Sabres. So if they can win 2 of those 3 games, preferably they win that Ranger game, because that's a confidence game, right? That's one where you're like, all right, like there's a good matchup for us. That's a team that we want to be competing against. And it realistically, if they split between the Islanders and the Sabres games, they're golden. If they could go on that and go 2-3, they should feel pretty good about themselves. Sabres on the road Monday, then a long break before a global series against the Stars. Yeah, so that's a really good game. So like I said, preferably over the next 3 games, if they can win 2 of those 3, definitely you want to win the Ranger game because that's the barometer game. Like if they beat the Islanders and the Sabres, yeah, those are the teams you're supposed to beat, but like you really like the Ranger game. I would be looking at that one as definitely the game over the next 3 before that global series. That's definitely the game to watch for. The Wild are the team to shock the NHL this year. Yeah, Urban, they're playing well. They really are, and it's great to see everybody really kind of jumping in. Right? I mean, I saw Marco Rossi. He's been playing well. Joel Eriksson Ek on the board, Zuccarello, Boldy, everybody's jumping in on that party there, which is really nice to see. Obviously Jacob Middleton, which is not who you would expect, but he's on there. We have another score update, so it's 3-2 Tampa right now. Hagel gives the Lightning the lead on the road. They're out shooting the Devils 26-14, and they're just over halfway through that hockey game. So, pretty interesting there. So I want to hear your guys. What games do you plan on going to this season? What arenas, if maybe it's your team or another team, let me know what arenas would you like to visit this 2024-25 season. I have a couple that I realistically can go to. Just the way my schedule works, though, it's probably going to be the local teams. So I have to say probably realistically, I could probably go to a game at UBS. I have season tickets, so we're going to UBS. Probably be going to a game at the Garden. I would like to go back to Philly for a day trip. They're pretty easy to get in and out of Wells Fargo Center. It's like in an interesting part of Philly, but as long as it's maybe an afternoon matinee game, I could get in, get out, and I could get home at a fairly reasonable time. That would be nice. I enjoyed going to Wells Fargo Arena to watch the Flyers play. They ended up winning that game, and then they play the Rocky music outside in the parking lot. Like, that's cool. Like, I know I am supposed to hate the Flyers because I'm from New York. The New York-Philly rivalry, definitely a thing. But I would love to see an Islander not an Islander Devil. That would be nice to see the Islanders there. And Tampa scored again. Braden Hagel with 2 goals in a 3-minute span. Brandon Hagel with 2 goals, and it's 4-2 Tampa. Uh-oh. I don't know what's going on there for the Devils, but since taking a 2-1 lead, they have now given up 3 unanswered to the Lightning. I would love to see. I'm looking at you guys in the chat, but I'm trying to talk too. I love, like I said, so Philly, the Flyers, Rangers, Islanders, maybe another team in that mix. Whether it ends up being maybe a team like Washington or New Jersey, maybe. It would be nice to see one of those teams at some point this season. Because last year, the only place I only went to my locals. I only went to the Garden, and I only went to UBS Arena for the Islanders. I didn't go anywhere else last year. Just the way things worked out. This spring was really tough for me. Last year was kind of tough for me. Wasn't able to get out, so I'm hoping this year, like I said, maybe an extended weekend trip, I'll be able to visit some of those places. So let me know what places you guys want to go to this year. Yeah, I know, Wayne Train. Yeah, he's saying how I can't travel as much. I know. And like I said, it's probably going to be local travel. In terms of future travel, like places I really want to visit, Vegas is definitely one. I want to go to Vegas, watch the Golden Knights. It's probably going to be something I talk about maybe next year or 2 years from now. Same thing with Nashville, Tampa, Dallas. Those are probably my top 4 at the moment. Yeah, in some order. Dallas, Tampa, Nashville, and Vegas. Those are probably the 4 that I'd want to visit the most. Are you a fan of any other New York teams? I like the Mets. The Mets did well up until this week. But now that hockey started, I'm like, all right, yeah, like I'm upset the Mets lost. But I'm not as big of a follower as I probably should be. I'm a Jets fan. That one's tough, watching the New York Jets. But I know what to expect, so I don't get that caught up in it. So I'm a Jets fan. I'm a Mets fan. Basketball I don't really watch. I know the Knicks are pretty good, but like I don't care either way, Nets or Knicks. The Nets are a New Jersey team that transferred, so I can't really say I care too much about them. And that's pretty much it for New York teams. Yeah, so a couple years ago we went to an Islander game on the first night. The second night, I took a trip to Philly, so we went... Actually, no, it was the other way. Oh, I'm trying to remember. No. So I think it was like a Wednesday night. We went to Madison Square Garden to watch a Ranger game. No. It was in 1 week span. So it was like we went to a Ranger game, took a day off, went to an Islanders game. Actually, you know what? Instead of me trying to figure this out, I have pictures. I have proof. So let's see if I could find that. A couple years ago, within like a 5 or 6 day span, I went to 4 games in 6 days. So let me see if I could find that. Let's see. Hockey road trip. So let's see. All right. So I don't know if... So it was January 24th. I went to Philly to watch the Flyers play. I don't have any of the other ones on here. Damn. But it was something like I went to a Devils game, a Flyers game, Rangers, and 2 Islander games. And just the way that the scheduling worked out, I happened to be in New Jersey. Oh, no, I was going to Philly watching the Flyers game. And then on the way home, we went to a Rangers-Devils game in that time. So it wasn't even like we planned on going to all those games. It just happened to be like, oh, wait, they're playing tonight? Oh, and they're playing the Rangers? Yeah, we should do that. It was really one of those things. I wish I knew exactly the dates to like kind of familiarize myself with it. But we also went to Washington. So it was Philly, Washington, Rangers, Islanders, all of those being home games for those teams. You have it? Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. All right. So let's do this. Instead of me trying to fumble over to figure out which games. So March 27th, we went to the Islanders. Who did they play? So it was Islanders-Devils, the first game. March 27th. Then we went to Philly March 28th to watch the Flyers game. And I don't remember who they played this game. Flyers Montreal, that's right. So we went to Philly twice. So March 27th, we watched the Islanders at home against the Devils. The next night, Flyers and Canadians. And then then we went to Washington on the 29th to watch the Islanders again in Washington. That was a fun game. So all 3 nights we watched a game. And then we went to New Jersey on the 30th. So the 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th. The 30th was the Devils game. And then, I mean, I guess it was a little bit later, but I thought we went to a Rangers game during that.
It was a Devil Ranger game.
It was a Devil Ranger game, but we didn't go to the Garden, right?
No.
Okay.
Not on that one.
Oh, okay. So after that, all of that, so it was the 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th. We went to 4 different games, 2 Islander games, a Devils game, and a Flyers game. So I'd love to do something like that again, just to every couple years check up on some of the arenas, because I like doing ranking videos and ranking the places I've been and things like that for you guys. So yeah. So it is 7 minutes left in the third period. Capitals and Flyers. The Flyers showed a little bit of life, making it 2-1 earlier in the third, but not really much since then. Obviously, the Capitals took the extended lead, making it 3-1, and it kind of has looked like a dead game since then. I mean, the Flyers have played well, but they only have 15 shots on net. The Capitals look good, man. I mean, I think definitely McElrath coming to the Capitals has helped Wilson's game. Tom Wilson's much more focused on scoring and playing his game, and lets McElrath kind of be the tough guy out there. I think that's worked wonders here for the Caps. More than I think any of us really expected. Anthony Mantha leaving probably helped a little bit too. I mean, I hate being that guy to be like, oh, well, losing him was a benefit, but I think for everybody involved that ended up working out. And Hershey wasn't part of that, but we have been to Hershey too. We went to a teddy bear toss. The Hershey Bears are known for having some of the biggest records for teddy bears thrown on the ice. I will be doing that again. I'd love to do that again this year. Again, probably not going to happen in 2025, probably 26. So we'll see. But so there you go. So the Capitals score again, and it is the newly acquired from the offseason Jacob Chychrun scoring for the Caps. So there you go. And the Flyer fans are heading out. That's enough. They've seen enough tonight. So it's 4-1 Caps. Jacob Chychrun, top of the slot. Perfect shot right over the glove of Sam Ersson. And that is a donezo night for the Flyers. So I think that little tirade has ripped a bunch of the people here out of the live stream. That's pretty much it for today. We've been here for over an hour. I appreciate you guys jumping in here. Like I said, as I do it more regularly, we're going to have more of our people back. But it's just been so long since I've live streamed. A lot of people probably didn't even know we were live streaming. But once we're doing it on a more regular basis again, it'll become a more regular occurrence. Yeah, Jacob Chychrun is on the Washington Capitals. I know, Urban. That was something that I remember hearing rumors for years. Like when he was in Arizona, it was talked about that the Caps were in on Chychrun. When the Senators were trying to offload him, the Caps were talked about, and then they finally got him in the offseason in free agency. So yeah, Jacob Chychrun is a member of the Capitals. So yeah. If you guys have any last thoughts to throw in here, let me know. We'll be finishing up. The stream went pretty good. I've been kind of keeping up with the stream on my laptop, and it's been running good most of the time. It looks smooth. So let me know if it was smooth, if it was a little jerky, how the audio is. Let me know what you guys think of all that stuff. Like I said, eventually I'll be putting more templates back on here. I'm just really excited to be back. I'm excited to be live streaming. It was good seeing some of you guys. It was good to see Colby in here. It was good to see Urban in here. Obviously, Ange. Obviously, my dad, Wayne Train. Shout out to all of you guys for jumping in here on our first live stream of the 24-25 season. Like I said, I'm so excited to be back. I have so many things that I want to do with this channel, and just jumping back, getting another live stream here was huge, just to get back in the swing of things. And now that we've got one here, yeah, I'm excited. Best quality I think you've ever had. Thanks, Urban. I don't know if you're just saying that to be nice or it genuinely is, but like I said, I put pretty good money into the channel. I got a really nice computer here. The new version of the iMac, the newest version that came out last year, I have it. And between that, I have a update to my connection for the internet up here, and just setting up everything. It's been a long time in the making, right? We've got the Stream Deck, which I'll be resetting up, which we've got the fun audio and the things like that. We've been setting up things like the new subscriber thing here with the dancing dinosaur when you subscribe to the channel, and the mic, obviously. Okay, thanks, Urban. Yeah, if it was garbage, I'd say that. I know, but yeah. So I'm glad to be back, guys. Like I said, really not much else to say. I'm going to throw it in here right now. I'd like to do a live stream Sunday. It's not guaranteed, but it's my birthday this weekend, so it's going to be hard to live stream on Friday and Saturday. Maybe Saturday I'll try and squeeze in an earlier live stream, but college football's on, so I might be having that on in the background. Either way, like I said, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you've liked the content, like these videos, like the rest of my videos, like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys.